Imagine our planet in 1,000 years. What do you see? Do you envision a clean and pristine place, or do you imagine a place filled with garbage from the human race that is now extinct? The delicate balance of the earth is completely dependent on humans contributing to its health and prosperity. The temperature of the earth is rapidly rising. Glaciers are melting. The human race needs to unite and solve climate crisis together. We can do this by becoming more energy efficient and keeping our planet clean. All around the world, you will find people trying to save the planet, but you will also find people who are choosing to neglect the planet. So I ask you today, which person are you? All across the internet and social media, you will find conflicting articles about whether or not climate change is real. I am here to share with you today why you should trust the scientists when they say climate change is real. There are numerous studies being conducted across the world to validate climate change. The strongest data points towards a trend and constant increase in temperature across the entire globe. Evidence of rising temperatures is pervasive and striking. Thermometer records kept over the past century and a half show Earth's average temperature has risen more than 1 degree Fahrenheit, and some places twice that in parts of the Arctic. A really interesting way they can track and monitor the temperature is through the trees. Trees store information about the climate in the place that they are rooted. Each year, trees grow new and thicker rings. In warmer and wetter years, the rings are thicker. Old trees and wood can tell us about conditions hundreds or even thousands of years ago. Extreme weather events are also a sign of climate crisis. I am sure we all know someone who has been impacted by extreme inclement weather in the past decade. Climate change encompasses not only rising temperatures, but also extreme weather events, shifting wildlife populations, rising seas, and a range of other impacts. As Earth's climate has warmed, a new pattern of more frequent and more intense weather events has unfolded. Scientists identify these extreme weather events based on the historical record of weather in a particular region. They consider extreme weather events to be those that produce unusually high or low levels of rain, snow, temperature, or other effects. Typically, these events are considered extreme if they are 90 or 95% of similar weather events that have happened before in that same area. Where I live in California, the summers have gotten hotter, the fires have become more extreme, and the droughts are much longer. Can you think of any ways that you may be directly impacted by global climate change? Each one of us plays a direct impact. Each one of us directly impacts climate change in a negative or positive way. When you use a paper plate or a plastic straw, you are negatively impacting climate change. When you plant a tree or ride share to work, you are positively impacting climate change. When researching the many different ways that humans are negatively impacting climate change, one general consensus kept arising. Human beings are adding excessive amounts of greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. Tiny bubbles trapped in the ice are actually samples from the Earth's past atmosphere, frozen in time. Who would have known? That's how we know that the concentrations of greenhouse gases since the Industrial Revolution are significantly higher than they have been for thousands of years. The great thing is that we can all make small contributions that make a positive impact every day. If you have the opportunity to ride share to work with a spouse or a friend, do it. More than quarter of the vehicles traveled by households are for commuting to and from work, usually with only one person in the vehicle. Carpooling and mass transit are among options that offer big reductions in carbon emissions. When you go to the grocery store, there are always options to purchase items that are recyclable, paper, and plastics. You can reduce your thumbprint by purchasing reusable grocery sacks or aluminum straws. The more recycling you do will reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills. Each one of us has a responsibility to take care of this planet for the future generations of our families, but there are so many people who do not believe that climate change is real. I know many people from childhood or from work that think climate change is a political hoax. They think that the behaviors we have and the choices we make are sustainable and they will not permanently impact the health of Mother Nature. I am a woman that believes in science. All of the scientific research points to climate change being the biggest threat to our beautiful land and civilization of mankind. Trust the men and women who dedicate their lives to this gorgeous place we get to call home. At the end of the day, I firmly believe that the greatest crisis that human beings face during the 21st century is climate change. Without Mother Earth, we will not exist. What does this planet look like for my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren? What does this planet look like for all of the beautiful animals suffering from the choices that we are making? If we continue to make selfish choices that permanently impact ourselves, wildlife, and the world around us, we will not get to call this place home. We can all make small or large contributions on a daily basis to reduce greenhouse gases and our carbon footprint. I hope you all start making the right choice today. Thank you.